racism is a total global system that operates in economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, health, and war.
You're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question because the question is will you shut up, man?
What's up, fam? This is Cress Lessons, episode 2. I'm your host, Prof H. Thank you so much for pressing play. Make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so you can get an alert next time that there's a video. I want to wish everyone greetings today. If you're sick, I wish you good health on your road to recovery. If you're broke, I wish you abundance on your path to prosperity. And if you're weak, may God give you strength on your way to discovery. Today's lesson, we're going to analyze politics and how white supremacy racism has affected how non-white people experience politics in America. So just remember that these videos are designed to give us context for the racial social structure that we currently live within in the whole Western world, but very specifically in the United States. So in the same way a biologist might study Charles Darwin, or a psychologist might study Sigmund and Anna Freud, we'll examine Dr. Welsing's work with that same critical lens. So let's get into it. Now, we can never start a conversation about race and politics without acknowledging a few things. So we need a baseline. Racism is the soil that America was built on. And we have to acknowledge that before we start talking about the political structure. Racism was here before the United States on this continent. In fact, the United States Constitution says that Black people were 3/5 of a human being. From the Indian Removal Act of 1830, forcing indigenous people further west, to the Dred Scott case in 1857, where the Supreme Court established that Black people weren't even citizens because they weren't people. The dozens of laws that sprang from the Jim Crow system that continued to disenfranchise Black people in the South. The Japanese internment bill of 1942, after World War II started. The laws that were enabling redlining until 1968. The political assassinations. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Medgar Evers, Lamar Smith, Thomas Brewer, Lewis Allen. These things don't end. And they help us contextualize just how serious racism and white supremacy are in deciding the social power structure in our country. I mean, because we're told in school that we live in a democracy or a democratic republic, but for most of us, our lived experiences don't actually equal out to what some of our neighbors and our fellow citizens experience from a day to day. And you know what? Dr. Wellesley could say it a whole lot better. Dr. Wellesley?
We have been told we are in a democracy where everybody is equal. The truth and the reality is that we are in a system of racism, white supremacy. See, we're told that the system of democracy has imperfections. No, we are in a system of white supremacy that has been perfected. And that's why we keep staying basically in the same position. And as long as we don't understand we're dealing with a system, every week we just complain another black man has been shot, another black man has been killed. We say, oh, 10 over there, 3 over there. Oh, well, let's add up the statistics and somebody will run and complain about it. But if it's happening over and over again, that implies intentionality. And if the system is about white genetic survival, who is the enemy of the state? No, the black man. See, in a war, if you can take care of the business as defined, the problem is white genetic survival. So what do you have to knock out in order to not worry about white genetic survival? Exactly. The attack has to center on the black man. I maintain we have not understood this. We thought when we were formerly enslaved, if they would just take off the chains, everything is going to be okay. So they removed the chains, and then what did they do next? They put laws in place to accomplish the same thing. And we went through the 1960s in what is being called the civil rights era. And the black people, with all of their dignity and their pride and their courage, going up against horses and hoses and dogs to get the vote, to get that change, coming out of that movement, saying black pride, black is beautiful, black power, black self-respect. And the people who had something else in mind said that's dangerous. If people are talking about self-respect and dignity, then I encourage everybody to look at the film's Eye on the Prize and look at those black people, men and women and children, going up against a horrific force. But they were determined and they had their self-respect with them. But the system said, this is dangerous. And God bless Dr. Martin Luther King, a minister but a great political scientist. He said it's about love. Everybody should love. And he got killed. And I say the reason being that if everybody disappeared. You see, so kill him